Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. I know it's late, but I am finally filming my April What I've Watched video, and I'm going to be making some changes to these videos from now on. So usually in these videos I talk about my new watches in films and my rewatches with films, and obviously the TV shows I've watched in the month. I'm now actually going to take out the rewatches from these lists because the videos seem to be getting far too long and apparently I rewatch far too much. So I'm obviously still going to be talking about the new films I've seen and the new TV shows and old TV shows that are coming back that I have watched in the month. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get on with this list. It's far too overdue. So the first film I watched was A Quiet Place, which is the horror thriller directed by John Krasinski. I made a whole video about why you should watch A Quiet Place. You can go check it out right somewhere. I really don't know how YouTube works anymore, so I'll leave a link to it here or down below in the description. You can go check it out. I really loved A Quiet Place. I was so surprised by it. I have not been so satisfied by a film in such a long time. So kudos to John Krasinski for making me terrified of making a sound ever. The next film I watched was actually on Netflix. It's been a film I've been meaning to watch for a while, and that is It's Complicated, starring Meryl Streep, Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin. And it's about an older woman who's played by Meryl Streep, who has divorced her husband 10 years ago and is trying to move on with her life, and now all of her kids have moved out, but her husband, or ex-husband should I say, just keeps coming back to her. And she tries to move on with Steve Martin's character, but Alec Baldwin, who is the ex-husband, just kind of keeps coming back, and it's a romantic comedy and I really enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure this film was directed by Nancy Meyers, who also directed films like The Holiday and The Parent Trap and some just really great films. So yes, I really enjoyed It's Complicated. Meryl Streep was fantastic in it, as she is in everything, but yeah, it was just an easy watch and I really enjoyed it. Up next is another film I watched on Netflix. You will notice that a lot of these films were watched on Netflix just because every time I go to see my dad, we always watch films on Netflix. Like always. It's actually getting difficult now to find something we haven't watched. Anyway, that film is Wanted, starring Angelina Jolie and James McAvoy. It is about an office worker who is kind of bored with his dull life and ends up falling into this secret organisation who assassinate people, essentially. I won't give away too many spoilers just because there's a lot to reveal about this film, but it's an action film. It's very violent, very gruesome, but very well done. I mean, I thought from what I'd heard about it before that it would be better than it is, but I don't know, like, it was good. Like, I've seen better, but yeah, Wanted. Next up is a sci-fi film I've been putting off watching for the longest time, and that is Oblivion, starring Tom Cruise. And the main reason I was putting it off is because of Tom Cruise. Not his biggest fan. Anyway, Oblivion is about a near-future world where a veteran is assigned to pull all of the remaining resources from the earth, and he learned something that he maybe shouldn't have learned. And that's all I'm going to tell you. There are a lot of spoilers that I could tell you, but I'm not going to, because if you haven't seen it, you'll hate me. Despite not being the biggest fan of Tom Cruise, I actually really enjoyed Oblivion. I thought it had some really cool ideas and just looked aesthetically beautiful. Like, you know I love sci-fi films, so Oblivion was quite impressive to me. I'll give Tom Cruise another shot. You know, still not his biggest fan, but Oblivion was pretty good. Next up, me and my friends kind of needed something to watch because it was a really rubbish day weather-wise, so we went to the cinema to see Rampage, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson, about the big ape thing. Oh boy. I mean, like, if you enjoy sort of sitting back with popcorn, like just watching nothing, then you'll enjoy Rampage. Honestly, there were some parts of it I enjoyed, but overall it was a huge damn blockbuster. Somehow they just keep making these. I don't know who gives them the money, but somehow they keep being a thing. Anyway, Rampage. I put myself through that. Don't know why. Up next I saw a British independent film called Beast, which tells the story of a young woman who falls in love with sort of a rugged, suspicious man, and all of these girls keep going missing on her island, which is in Jersey, which is off the coast of the UK, and it's sort of a mystery coming of age story. It's very hard to describe because it's a lot of things. Aesthetically it looks beautiful, the music was really well done, the acting was really good, but other than that the story was a little bit dry to me and not exactly exciting. There were parts of it that were very, very good, but just maybe not my cup of tea fully. But if you do like British independent cinema, and if I've described the film to you and you think it would be something that you would enjoy, definitely go check out Beast. I'm all about promoting independent films. Up next was Berlin Syndrome, starring Teresa Palmer and Max Rhiannatoria. I don't actually know how to say his last name, but he plays Wolfgang in Sense8, and that's one of the main reasons I watched Berlin Syndrome. And it doesn't hurt that I went to Berlin a couple of months ago, even though if I'd have watched this before I went to Berlin, I'd be very skeptical about going to Berlin. So anyway, Teresa Palmer plays a Aussie traveller who has gone to Berlin to sort of find herself and find herself in Europe in general, and she meets this guy called Andy, and Andy just becomes obsessed with her. He locks her in his apartment and will not let her out, and it's sort of her fight for survival. And to begin with, Berlin Syndrome had some really good tension, some really good acting, but as the film went on, it sort of dragged on, if you know what I mean. It just felt really, really outstretched and long and just unnecessary sometimes. I mean, it's a solid sort of kidnapping film, but I don't know, I probably wouldn't watch it again. Up next, I went to go and see the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, which stars Lily James and Michelle Huisman, and most of the cast of Downton Abbey. Like, they don't need to be named. Basically, it is a post-World War II story, and it tells the story of a society that came together when they were trying to sort of get out of hands with the Nazis when they invaded Guernsey. And a writer from London goes to Guernsey to sort of discover the mysteries behind this society, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I like films like this, I like period dramas, I like World War II stories, and to be honest, I felt quite educated by this film because I had no idea that the Nazis invaded Guernsey. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. If you don't like period dramas or anything like that, then you will definitely not be a fan of the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love all the actors in it. It was one of those sort of dramatic and cutesy stories that, you know, I'm just a sucker for, so what can I say? Next, obviously, I saw Avengers Infinity War, which I did a full review for, which obviously you can link here or down below in the description or wherever you can find it. Really, really enjoyed this one, even though the ending sort of destroyed me. I'm assuming that most of you have seen it by now, so you will know what I mean. Possibly my favourite Avengers team movie, maybe. I feel like Captain America Civil War is my favourite Avengers team movie, but that doesn't even make sense. The last sort of film I saw in the month of April was Dirty Computer, which is actually a compilation of music videos. The new album called Dirty Computer by Janelle Monáe has just come out, and she has sort of put all of her music videos into a storyline, I guess, and the music video stars her and Tessa Thompson, and I really, really loved it. It was super futuristic, had a lot of bold messages, and just, I love Janelle Monáe. I really do. She's great. TV show wise, I only started watching one new show in the month of April, and that is Dynasty, and this is because my friend would not stop bugging me to watch Dynasty. Dynasty follows a family called the Carringtons who are very, very rich in the oil business in Atlanta, and all of the drama that comes in tow with them. And it's sort of like Gossip Girl and 90210 and all those sort of cheesy drama TV shows, but sometimes I need some cheesy drama in my life. So I've decided to keep watching Dynasty. I'm not even sorry. And we have 3 returning shows, the first one being Westworld. There have been 2 episodes out. I think it came back at the end of April, season 2. Oh my god, I love Westworld. It's incredible. I cannot wait to see where the season goes. Obviously only 2 or 3 episodes have been out by now, so we're still sort of getting into the swing of things, but so far I'm loving it. Season 2 of Legion has just come out. I'm very behind on Legion, and I try to avoid all of the internet every time a new episode comes out, but I will catch up with it just because I love Legion. It was great. And one of my favourite TV shows of all time came back in the month of April, and that is The 100. It is season 5 now. Oh my goodness, we have come so far from season 1 back in like 2014. Or was it 2016? I don't remember. It feels like a long time ago. If you didn't already know, The 100 is a post-apocalyptic show that follows 100 teenage delinquents that have been sent down to Earth after Earth is like wiped out by a radiation wave, and now we're in season 5. So much has gone down, but I can't wait to see what else happens. So those are all the things I watched in the month of April, minus my rewatches. Obviously, if you do want to follow my rewatches and new watches of films, you can follow me on Letterboxd. It is just rhiannatoria. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys were watching in the month of April, and have you seen anything that I have put on my list. And of course, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. All my social media links are down below in the description if you want to come follow me. I'm at rhiannatoria on everything. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon. Bye!